Me and mental health are starting to become cool now, but I think that we as a collective need to focus definitely more on mental health because it's a giant spectrum of issues.
But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
The start of anything is just intriguing, you know? The start of trying to create something and allow people to create off that is really gathering for me.
Getting to work on a collaborative piece and not being the first person to go, it was really important for me to see what everybody else was working on.
I feel like when we're working together, like the painting itself has a presence. And so when I approached it, thinking of mental health, I approached it with the idea of how do I connect with my own mental health?
You know, Black mental health is like, you know, troublesome, you know.
But when you are in those environments that encourage you to feel those and express those and that those are okay and that they're normal, you feel less alone in what you're going through and you feel more confident in dealing with what you're going through.
3 years ago is when I really started getting into it because I didn't know where I was going with life, and all I had was like meditation and yoga to steer me back in the direction of the being that I knew I wanted to be to thrive within my future.
There was this one time that I was like tore up, you know, I just got out of a relationship. I started doing these like art pieces, and sometimes I look back at those and I'm like, sadness brought that out of me, but that was like an emotion that I expressed that was beautiful to me. And it happens when I'm happy as well, but that one like really spoke to me for some reason. It hit my heart in a way that I haven't been hit before, you know.
I know a lot of artists come from a place of creating whenever they're depressed, and I'm not there yet. And it's really in those days when I can't get out of bed or I can't create anything, it's good to just splash something on a canvas to remind myself that I'm capable of creating.
I experience anxiety, and sometimes the best way to release that is to like just be active and be in my body, because like I allow myself to physically match that in a way that makes it easier for me to release those emotions.
Track is my safe haven, running in general. I don't hear critiques, I don't hear that my bills are due, you know, I don't hear that my mom is upset with me. Like for a moment, the world is silent.
I think that that's pretty interesting, and that's the most therapeutic thing you can do is like sit there with yourself, have conversations with yourself, and learn and have things manifest in front of you that could have been like hidden in the deep corridors of your mind, you know.
Growing up, mental health wasn't really talked about a lot. You try to release it as much as you can and keep it pushing, but the older I get, I realize the more that kind of kept me trapped and kept me stagnant.
I feel like when it comes to emotions, people look at them as good or bad, but I feel like no emotions are bad. What may be harmful is about how you act out on those emotions or like how you react to those emotions.
It's okay because that's life. We all go through things and we have to either take it as a lesson or gratify it for what it was.
So today for me, it was about breaking out of my own mind and coming out of my own shell.
That's what's helping me like create these paintings, is that digestion of self.
I feel like you can learn a lot from other people and their methods and their form of creating and just how they go about releasing.
But it's very individual, and so I hope that any and everybody watching finds that thing that's for them.
And it's still hard some days because things don't happen overnight, but help yourself so you can help other people.
Mental health is not isolated to one thing.
Another person could have yoga, another person could have basketball. Find what your space is.
Once you're able to hone that and once you're able to have a healthy relationship with that, you can do anything you want to do.
But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.